This is day 867 of Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is sponsored for a schus for a Chag Kosher Smech for Klal Yisrael and for a schus for Hatzlach and Shiduchim. Today we are doing Siman Tav Kuf Samech Aleph, Sif Aleph, to Tav Kuf Samech Beis, Sif Hey. Tav Kuf Samech Aleph. Dina Roe Ora Yehuda Yerushalayim B'Mikdash B'Churbanim. So he sees the cities of Yehuda and Yerushalayim and the Beis HaMikdash in its destruction. For Ora Yehuda B'Churbanim, somebody sees the cities of Yehuda in the destruction. Omer Ora Kodshecha Yulam Midbar. The holy cities became a desert. Koran, he rips his clothing. You don't have to do, only have to agree when you come close to them. Bishop says some poskim argue and hold that they're as long as the moment you see them, you're supposed to rip. Nowadays, it's very hard to see Ora Yehuda B'Churbanim, unless you run on top of them, and even then, not so much choruf. You have to really get deep into them to see the Churban. When at Sovin Yerushalayim, such as from Mount Scopus to Yerushalayim, in theory, if you come in that direction, Yerushalayim, you can actually see the mosque on the Temple Mount before you see the rest of Yerushalayim. For Yerushalayim B'Churbanim, some you see Yerushalayim and its Churban. Omer Tzion Midbar, I saw Yerushalayim Shemama. Tzion was a desert, Yerushalayim desolate. The Korean rips his clothing. Sure, that you don't really have as much as that. Sure, Beis HaMikdash, when you see the Beis HaMikdash, Omer Breitz Kachem Tivatenu Sher Hilucha Avosenu, our holy and glorious house where your forefathers praised you. Hayasei Vasations burned. B'Cham Achmadenu Yicharva. All of our precious possessions were destroyed. B'Korean you rip. Mechon Chayav L'Kra. Minat Sofim. Where do you start ripping? When you get to Mount Scopus. Yes, in some stations, so any place you can see them. Near Yerushalayim, some say it's a special place from Yerushalayim, for which Yerushalayim can be seen. Yeah, so generally speaking, we think that, so I would say that Sofim, according to most opinions, is Mount Scopus, but obviously some people hold that it's just a place where you can be Sofei, Yerushalayim. Mishabur says, interesting enough, when you get to Sofim, you could do rip Kriya, even though you haven't yet seen Yerushalayim. So it sounds like it is specifically Mount Scopus. Very few people come from the direction of Mount Scopus nowadays, as far as I know. There we see the Beis HaMikdash, which of course you can't see from Mount Scopus. You do another Kriya, and the Mishabur says, 3 etzbos away. Each Kriya is supposed to be a tefach. Midbar, from the desert, shows where Mikdash Chila. Again, could be this seems to indicate that Sofim is not Mount Scopus. Korea Mikdash tefach, you rip on the Mikdash tefach. Chakish Yerushalayim, when you then you see Yerushalayim Mosi Bakara Rishon Koshu, you add on the first rip a little bit. Hefech Eni Yotzi B'Tosefes. But the other way around, you see Yerushalayim first, not Yotze, with a little bit of an addition. Because the Beis HaMikdash is more severe than Yerushalayim. Based in Koral Achas Mir Yehuda, Eno Koz B'Kira Kshira Shar Or Yehuda. You don't do one city, that's enough. Mishmur disagrees. He says you have to add on the Kara a little bit. Chutz Mi Yerushalayim, Shechoz B'Kira Lech Kara Cher B'Tnei except for Yerushalayim, where you add an additional Kriya in and of itself. If you call Yerushalayim Tchila, if you rip for Yerushalayim first, answer with Kol Shari, you really don't have to rip on the other cities. I'm not sure if we just read that already. All these rips you have to rip with your hand and while standing. You rip all the clothing which you're wearing till you reveal your heart. Like you rip on your father and mother. Which because you're there, if you grab it side small, you should really rip on the lip on the left side. You never re-sew these rips. Meaning with a good solid sewing. You're only allowed to do a loose stitch. Lamololon, to gather them together, locked-on, to roll them together and gather them, lotofron, and to sew them can be sulamos, like ladder seams. Like an amateur sews, not like a craftsman sews. Mishpur seems to say you have to wait till the next day to do this. I, for many years, have not, it was Chayani Maskayom, or whatever you want to call it, I have not career for many years coming to Yerushalayim, seeing that it's a great simcha to come to Yerushalayim as Manazeh, especially seeing Ari Yerushalayim B'Bin Yonah. I know many people disagree. When it comes to the Kaiso, if I remember, I'm marking my beged to somebody else just to make sure they don't do kriya, because you mark somebody else can't get somebody else's beged. I don't do kriya anyway, but that's my personal perspective, and obviously many people disagree. There are sources. I'm not making it up, but not for now. If you're coming going to Yerushalayim, coming going, if it's within 30 days, don't make another rip. After 30 days, you make another rip, like any other bracha which has to do with seeing things. Like any bracha which has to do with seeing things. Same thing with the cities of Yehuda and the Mikdash. For Yerushalayim, Toch Shloshim Ein Tzarich Likros Shari Orei Yehuda. Somebody sees Yerushalayim within 30 days. That's to create other cities in Yehuda. Abi Shor Lachar Shloshim, even though he's seen there after 30 days. Yerushalayim, somebody who grows up, who's born in Yerushalayim, I feel he deal Ein Tzarich Likros. Even if he grew up, he doesn't have to do kriya. Because the Bekad Nuso, Potter. When you're a child, you're exempt. So she did when you grew up, I raised it to Lamets in 30 days. I'm not Mechalch, Yerushalayim, Shosh Yom. But if Yerushalayim is, say, 30 days away, Chai V'Kor B'Chazos, you'll do kriya when you come back. Avalim, Shari, the Ein Tzarich Likros, they saw Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim, don't do kriya in the other cities in Yehuda. Ach B'Shuva Achar Lamet, like after 30 days, they call them like any other person, Chai V'Krok, the Seder Sheh B'Chutz La'aretz. You have to do kriya as if you were in Chutz La'aretz. Soli Hilchos Tisha B'Av. You have to be sat to Shmaya, so Hilchos Tisha B'Av, and now we are finished Hilchos Tisha B'Av. We start Hilchos Tainus. Tav Chuf Samach Beis. Din Kabbalas Tainus. B'Inyan Ha Tainus. Accepting a Tainus and the concept of the Tainus. Long 7. Aleph. Da Arba Minei Tainus Yesh. There are 4 types of Tainus. Shnayim Divrei Torah. 2 of the Raisa. Echad Kavua. Echad Sheni Kavua. 1 is set and 1 is not set. Echein Shnayim Divrei Seven. And to the Rabban, Echad Kavua, 1 is set, but Sheni Kavua, 1 is not set. Kesa Kavua, Midivrei Torah, which is 1 which is set, Midraisa, Yom Kippur, Pam Hashana, Kippur once a year. Sheni Kavua, 1 which is not set, Zel Tain Shekibul Mideh there. Listen us, Yom Kach Yomim. It's a non-set time, it's a time you accept by yourself to fast a day or some set of days. So Zanamar, and it says, Ish Kidor Neder, Lukaimar, somebody takes a Neder, anything that he vocalizes he should do. Verbalizes he should do. I feel neder. Another times Shabbos Yontif, even you took a neder to take a fast Shabbos Yontif, which you should not have done. Chal neder, the neder takes effect. Moshe Kram, you're there. Simon Tafresh Tezvav Hayin Sham. Vakavur Mashim, they receive him. Haim, the ones which are set. The Rabbana Chamishi Yom Mishana, 5 days a year. Arba Tzomas, the 4 fasts we've discussed. The time is Esther. Shena Kavur Midivat Tzom, which was not set with Rabbanan. Our code Tzara Shalot Avo, and any travail, which we hope does not come, Kushon's bar, besides the tribes we shall explain with God's help. Base. The Zelshah Ramam ratio of his kindness. The Ramam writes, Mitzvah say min ha Torah. It's a mitzvah. The right to shout out and blow and blow the trumpets on any travail that befalls the tzibor. Shemar says that on an enemy who comes to afflict you, you should blow the trumpets. Anything, not just an enemy, but anything which causes you tzara, such as a famine, dever and pestilence, and locusts, etc. Cry upon them and blow the shofar. And this is one of the pathways of tshuva. When a travail befalls us, and we shout upon it, and we could blow the chatzotos, everybody will know because of the bad, these things have gone bad for them. It says, he to Ela. Your Averos incline these things. And recognizing the Avera will cause the tzara to be removed. I mean, lo yizaku, but they do not cry out, but lo yariu, and do not blow eliyom, but rather say, this thing is from the custom of the world. Shira, which happened in Mikra, which is coincidence. I raise it there. This is a manner of cruelty. It causes people to continue in their bad ways. And the travail will lead to more greater travails. Because of the third says, as it says, if you go with me, looking at it as a coincidence, I will respond to with the anger of that coincidence. Bring a travail binding to tshuva, if you say it's a coincidence, also add on more of that coincidence. And quote the Kasavot. He writes as well, the Rambam. Gimel, Divrei Seifim, Rabbanim leaves Anos are called search of the world. Tzibur ad Sheruchim min Hashamayim. Is to fasten every travail which comes on the tzibur until we are earn mercy from heaven. We made times on these days of fasting. Zokin, we cry up at philos with prayers. We supplicate, but with supplications. And we blow trumpets only. We move a mikdash if it's a base of mikdash. We blow trumpets and the shofar. A shofar mikatzer. Shofar blows short blast. Chatzos and marichos, and the trumpets blow long blast. Shemitzah liyom chatzos, because the mitzvah of days of travail is to use the chatzotzos. Anytime chatzos the shofar echad el mikdash, you don't only blow chatzotzos and shofar simultaneously, same time in the base of mikdash. Shema says chatzotzos kol shofar really fnei melech Hashem. With the trumpets and the shofar, you blow before the king God. Akal shona klamar. Only before Kodesh Baruch Hu in the base of Mikdash, you use both instruments, not outside base of Mikdash. Nevertheless, on a travail, you're supposed to fast, need the Rabban. That's the Rambam Gam Yochid, Shabbat of Tzara, Kohen Rambam, most individual, upon whom a travail passes, must fast, these Barbasim and Tavkuf, and Chesed will come up later on. And the Tzoros of Tzibur will also be played later on. Dal, we have a question. Going to learn that any tinus, you should not accept it by mincha the day before. It's not a tinus. Gemara Meforeshes, it's explicit Gemara. The tinus, v'zel b'adei rak b'tinus shel neder. So you got a tinus which is which you set upon yourself by an oath. You know, tinus kvuos, the set tinus lo shayach kabbalah. There's no acceptance. Even somebody who's fasted 10 days of Seres Mechuva, not all 10, of course, said fast during that Seres Mechuva, answer Kabbalah, since it's a regulus for many people to fast, it doesn't require an acceptance. Much closer Rabbeinu Beis Yetz is your base, which is as we shall see. Because Ketan's Tzibur is certainly the Tanais Tzibur is certainly for public fast. Shemnei Hatzaras because of travails. Pshita Shein Tzar Kabbalah. You don't have the acceptance. Raktain Yochid with Tzar Kabbalah. When it's individual Christ Kabbalah, Kamosha Lo, Kamosha Kosa Tur Vashon Receive has a Tur Shulchan right. Kol Time Shlo Kibul Lev Yochid. About Yom, any times which individual does not accept for the day before, any times not a fast. So it's very astonishing. Came to the mitzvah Minat Torah, Mimnei Nidro. Since mitzvah Raisa, on account of his nether, he came mali and killed Yom Olo Kiblo. What difference does it make if he accepted before the day began or not? It's different than a nether not to eat this loaf of bread, etc. I'm not sure what he's asking. That's he's asking why he need Kabbalah the day before. Could be that we could say that he has to fulfill his nether, but doesn't have the reward for fasting. Everything said from the day before. But this seems pretty difficult. Well, we're going to begin the answer, but we won't be able to finish it today because it goes on for a few sifim. Hey, the truth is the Kabbalah's time is time ain't a nether. 7 times really is taka not a nether. Rambam Bilgos Nedarim so practice the high nether da'acha lav nether mamashu. This is not a little nether. The afki b'loshen harei light, which you would say as there is a come upon me. A Kabbalah's time is mamush, just extend the fast. Kabbalah's time is lo chamir kedarim mamush, not like a little nether. L'makar yontif and doesn't uproot yontif. Filim gil's tinus, and even The Yom Tov of Megillus Tainus are not a Buddha by it. Akal Shana. Kenkos have a ritva Shem Zel Shana. Ritva also, it's a time in the Kabbalah Nai is Ein alone, Nidre, Isser alone, Yodos Nedarim. It's not a prohibition, nor is it a derivative of Nedarim. Less la machal mishal aziyom to forbid food and drink that day. El tzaru the kabbalah accept upon himself anguish. The assos mitzvah tshuva mitzvah tshuva aziyom to do the mitzvah tshuva that day. Ve'im mashma she'ezev chulei. It's not included. Not doesn't mean it's supposed to be. I guess neder. Akal shana. But gamani mukhes kos l'sham b'kein zeh. Mukhes so it's similar. So it's right. The hachu mamish neder. These are chev tzadom rakonam alikol machal. By a real nether, it's an isser on the object. You say that this food is forbidden to me. But here it's not. There it's not a nether. It's acceptance to fast. Like accepting to a mitzvah by accepting it does not make not bestow an isser on an object. It's not simply like actual nedarim. People said it said lova don't need to parel. If you're in the middle of fast, you need to break it. You can borrow the fast. In other words, you can take it on credit and pay back another day. So must be Kabbalas Tainus is not nether, otherwise you couldn't borrow it. Therefore, it's only the Rabbanan. The problem, I guess, to violate Kabbalah, but it doesn't require a heter chacham. Zeu kavanas arriving. Zeu kavanas arriving. Sokas by Gimel Dorm. The intas mashkas ram and noider shiyotzum b'Shabbos yontov chaylotzum. Rama says you take a net at the fast on Shabbos yontov, you must fast. Because of Zelosh, the right writes dafka shamar alai. So he said upon me. Avamar reigning with kindness, and we said I'm going to be in a fast day. Also, he said you're not allowed to fast on Shabbos yontov. Akal shana. In the brackets, he says we're going to run Rama says in Tafkun. But not important right now. Back out of the brackets. These rabbis, these are rabbis, these fashion in the Torah, it won't only be a fast, the rights if you say, it's incumbent upon me not to eat, or the forbidden to me is the not to eat food this day. In that case, no need Kabbalas Tainus. I'm sure my already with Tainus Samacha. We say I'm going to be in a fast tomorrow, a certain day. Ain't only Rabbanan. It's not the rice of a true nether. It's the Rabbanan. So Kabbalah has mincha. And every other said mincha being love, and if not, ain't lisanos. Still not clarified. Binay we are there. Simresh Tzva b'Aram Rambam Los Real Kain. There's not all this way. The day in Sechel Makamashla B'Sov Sif Hakotem. V'Hayei Mashla B'Sif Chof. You do have to say it's a nether. But, okay, now going to Rambam, so he's going to explain the next Sifrim new halachas based on this premise that Kabbalas Tainus is not, in fact, a nether. Okay, we shall see. Yirtzeh Hashem.